Oh, you wasting time.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Hey everyone, it's Aviation Buff. And as you all know, I like U.S. military aircraft of the Cold War, and one of my biggest loves is day-glo painted aircraft of the Cold War. I always found day-glo painted military aircraft fascinating, interesting, and attractive. Day-glo, or fluorescent orange, also sometimes called international orange, was applied to U.S. aircraft from about 1958 till about 1964. Today, talking about day-glo painted American aircraft during the Cold War. It's a confusing subject and has been debated by many about what colors were used. I am going to try and explain my take on it. Day-glo is actually a trademark name. Day-glo is fluorescent paint colors that show up very bright to the human eye and was painted on U.S. military aircraft as an anti-collision aid. Day-glo, day-glo orange, fluorescent orange, international orange, and flame orange are all terms that have been used by people to explain the color. Confusing and confusion. Even I am still somewhat confused about the use of day-glo orange paint, and I am not alone. I will try to explain my observations the best I can. This confusion stems from the fact that when you look at day-glo painted aircraft pictures, the day-glo orange is never the same color in the photographs. So what is going on? Day-glo is a trademark name. Day-glo painted American aircraft of the Cold War were painted day-glo fluorescent orange, starting around 1958 until around 1964. Most of the day-glo orange had been removed from most aircraft by 1964. Day-glo fluorescent orange was applied to aircraft by first applying a flat insignia white as an undercoat, then the day-glo fluorescent orange as the top coat. Day-glo faded fast in sunlight. This caused a fading effect and blotching effect that turned the glossy-looking fluorescent orange to a dull flat orange. Then eventually, the more sunlight the paint was subject to caused different shades of orange, yellows, and to eventually just leaving the white undercoat exposed. The fading effect. I know this for certain as I own several Cold War airplane parts that still have the day-glo paint on them, and it fades to a dull orange to a flat yellow to eventually just the white undercoat. The day-glo paint will completely fade away if not taken care of properly. I think a freshly coated aircraft with the day-glo fluorescent orange comes out looking like an orange that has a bit of redness to the paint. It's a very bright and glossy look. Fresh painted day-glo orange eventually fades to a dull, flat, solid orange in a short time after being painted due to fading and sunlight. It's also possible that personnel in the field didn't always have the fluorescent orange paint on hand and might have just used a flat orange paint instead. This might be a cause for the color differences in photographs as well. Two examples of different shades of day-glo orange paint. On the left, you see what would look like a fresh coat of fluorescent orange, and it has that reddish tint to it. And on the right, you see what would look like a flatter orange after fading in sunlight. Maybe not the best example, but hopefully you get the idea. I honestly like the look of day-glo better once it turns to that dull orange color. That is what you see most in aircraft photographs, and I'd rather replicate that in my models rather than a day-glo that looks too much red. I think Testors Paints has some good color choices when it comes to replicating day-glo fluorescent orange. Lots of day-glo paint airplane models out there and not one is equal. I am no expert and just going to share with you what I plan to use from now on when I paint day-glo colored aircraft. Again, I will no longer use Model Masters in International Orange. Most modelers have been using Model Masters International Orange to replicate day-glo orange on aircraft. I've used it, but not anymore. I think it shows up too much red. I'm going to use Testors Paints from now on to replicate day-glo. They are from left to right, fluorescent orange, tangerine, and flat yellow. You will see I have tangerine highlighted. I think this color is the best representation of that flat orange that day-glo first shades out to. And you will note the last jar on the right, I would use that for Arctic red, and I will get to Arctic red here in a minute. Arctic red, or insignia red, was applied to USAF aircraft shortly after World War II, to aircraft operating in Arctic areas like Alaska and Greenland. Arctic red lasted longer than day-glo and was still applied to aircraft into the 1970s. Arctic red, or insignia red, painted F-94 Starfire. Arctic red is another color not to be confused with day-glo. Arctic red is generally considered insignia red, and that color is pretty common and bottled by many hobby paints. But if you don't have any insignia red on hand, I would suggest Tester's GI red. It's a slightly different shade, perhaps a bit lighter than insignia red. But then again, colors change on aircraft as the paint fades and changes colors. Here you will see two of my models. UH-34 number 142 was painted with Model Masters International Orange. While it looks right on a UH-34, it is very much more prominent in color and has that reddish to me. My Boneyard UH-34 number 3, I used Tester's paints, a combination of tangerine, flat yellow, and white. I think UH-34 number 3 is a better representation of day-glo orange. Just my opinion and taste. This video wasn't supposed to answer all the mysteries of day-glo, just giving you my take on it. I'm sure I will be learning more about it as more info is found. Day-glo as a company is still around apparently, and perhaps the answers are right in front of our faces as to what color was really used. Their website actually has several different shades of fluorescent orange, so maybe the answer is that more than one shade of orange was used. But then I think I just opened a Pandora's box and a whole nother debate again, but I digress. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you like day-glo painted aircraft as much as I do. Keep them flying. Talk to you later. Bye.